Okay, so I just wanted to record real quick because I was thinking of something by just watching my own videos. Hold up. Okay, and also, that's still a thing, and it might never stop being a thing. Uh, Also, I just wanted to say sorry because and not apologize, but just I kind of wanted to show my room a little bit and just show that it's a lot more cleaner and a lot more nicer in here than it was in all other videos. When you got certain things going on in your life, your environment becomes a reflection of your life, and a lot of other things with you become a reflection of the life you live. So you see, it's not. I mean, I got a poll. I'm not getting upset with myself right now like I normally do with that shit, but it still kind of annoys me a little bit. But you see, like I just finished eating. Well, those are two bowls from like yesterday, and I never took them out of the room yet because I was just using it over again until I couldn't use it no more. I'm just like that, sometimes. Until I couldn't use it no more, I'm like, I'll go get another bowl and just leave that bowl right here and just I don't know, it just seems okay to me to just do that, just pick it back up and then just go back out there and put something else back in it, and then and then just throw it away after a while, as long as I wash it out and stuff, sometimes, or a certain ratio of times, as long as I wash it out, and because of the residue that's in there and stuff, so and so it'll be fine. And the fork, I use it again. Now, some of the stuff, like after I use it, I throw it away immediately. But those other videos where you saw all that junk, just things everywhere, you look around, like my room, it looks a lot more nicer for me. I mean, this is not perfect, but like you can see how the way things are, put and set up. Like it's a lot more. The bed is way more cleaner and stuff, and my things are set up. It looks a lot more nicer in here. It could be better, but it looks a lot more nicer. The floor, I mean, the floor was never actually really like super disgusting, anyhow. But the floor is clean and stuff. There's not really, you could never really see anything on the floor, anyways. But like the floor is clean, so it looks a lot more nicer in here. And my hat. How many times is that going? Because then it is going to start to pretty annoy me pretty much. But I don't even know what I was going to say now. Something about my life. Oh, and my life is a little more happier and healthier now. So my room is reflecting that. So I just wanted to say that. I was on my PlayStation watching my own. Uh, yeah, well, it's my channel, so why am I trying to hide that? I want my channel to be known. But yeah, my own channel. I was watching my own channel, just reviewing my video, not viewing it, but just looking back on it and the things that I said and the videos and stuff, and and just hoping that it was interesting to somebody. But yeah, it is a lot more nicer in here. Like before, it was like it did look kind of a bit like a pigsty. I've seen worse, but by far compared to my room, but yeah, it's nice in here. It's not too bad. It's livable. It's comfortable. So I just wanted to say that, but that's not really why I started this. I started this because when I was watching the video, I was talking about God and Jesus. And I got to one point about my friend and how he got thrown and deterred off and stuff. It made me think of somebody else, but just not being deterred off. It was making me think of that because of just the interesting things that I was saying in my best video that I ever made, and that's the one that's almost 3 hours. If you can see, it's almost 3 hours long. But that video, I did that when I was making that. It made me realize, like, if the person who I was thinking of in that moment, not in that video, but just right now while I was sitting in my room watching it, that if they were to see that video, or if they were with somebody and saw that video, and if that person would say, to them, it's like, I can't believe this. Why didn't I ever see this side of him, or never see him like, be like this when I was around him? The person that I was thinking of in that moment while I was sitting in my bed, just thinking of that person, because I don't like that person anymore. And actually, that person disgusts me, and I just want, like, I always think about if I see them again, and just a lot of things, because, I don't know why I feel the need to put that on camera. Just, I don't know, just me just kind of showing off how nice my room is right now and stuff. Yeah. But if I was to see that person again and stuff, and how I would feel and what I would say and react and stuff and everything, because that person actually disgusts me, because they did a lot of bad things and a lot of wrong things that they should have never, 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 never had done. To a point that they don't even realize that how it could, how it put things at risk for themselves and for others. So, and they probably, even whether they know that or whether they know some of it but not all of it, they I am going to upload this on YouTube, but I'm not going to say enough where like it puts anything at risk, because there was one video that I did post, and I said a whole lot about that person, and I didn't realize that that was the video, and I was going to refrain from posting that, because that video was more for friends than for me. And when I realized that that was the video that I posted, I took it down immediately, because I am not trying to be or do anything like that, though that person is a fucked up person, and I feel like, if they get dealt a hand, it's like, oh, well, you did it to yourself, and you shouldn't have never, you tried, but see, this is what happens when you do fuck shit. You get fuck results out of that. So, but anyways, but I still went out of my way to try to protect that person and keep them guarded, despite, just like God and Jesus, despite the fucked up shit that they did and the damage that they caused and everything. I'm not about to do something because of what they did, so yeah, I posted that video, but it wasn't on purpose. I think earlier on in the beginning, one day, I did think of posting that video, but that was under different circumstances. I thought about that, but that was like way when I was first starting to make videos, before I started posting, and I was waiting for the right time to do things. But and if that video had gotten posted, so, and I would have probably done that at the last second and under different circumstances. But now, because I'm still here and doing things differently from how I originally thought I was going to do them, I'm not posting that video. So I changed my mind earlier on at the same time too, before I even started posting videos, where I'm like, yeah, I'm not going to ever post that video. If anyone ever sees it, it's just going to be people where it doesn't matter, and then it's going to be someone, and yeah, that's it. It's just going to be people where it doesn't matter, and it's not going to be on the internet. But yeah, I posted that video, and it didn't get posted long enough for anything bad to happen, because I think it only got one view. It did get a view, but that was one view, or maybe it was 0. I don't know. I just know it didn't go no higher than 1, because after that I took it down like immediately, and then I put a message on YouTube saying, oh, this was a video that got posted and why I took it down. It was to protect somebody, even though this person is a fuck piece of shit. And that's not putting anything at risk, in my feeling and opinion. I already said that they're fucked, and they did something and that they shouldn't have. So that would be right there, pretty much, you already did it, so I don't even know why I would, be wondering or feel worried about being what I'm gonna be, what I would be worried about just because I said they're a fuck piece of shit. It's like, I already said something before that would just kind of, if you could say, you just by me saying fuck piece of shit is giving things away or throwing stuff out of proportion that could put things at risk. And it's like, you could say the same thing before that, because I said stuff before that. So, but yeah, they just are what they are. So, but I took that video down because I said more detailed, more vivid, more certain opinionated things, and this I'm just saying that I just don't like them, so that doesn't really put things at risk. I could say I don't like them, and then that's not putting things at risk at all, because it's just like you can't say or put somebody at risk based off of your thought and feeling about it. It's just like I just don't like them. Maybe everybody loves this person. It's just I'm the only person that doesn't like this person. So yeah, so I'm not putting anything at risk with that person. You don't know. I just know that one video I posted, that was the one that made me worried and scared. So I took that down as soon as I posted it when I realized it was what it was. So yeah, I thought it was a different video, a really long video I made. It was like one of my really interesting, cool videos, and it wasn't. So once I saw it, I was like, oh no, yep, no, this has to go. I have to take this off the internet. So I got rid of it. Yeah. Anyways, I just wanted to say that, but and the reason why I started saying this is because it made me think of an interesting quote. Uh, that could be like what do you call it? Like um a movie or a freaking uh like I know it's got to be somewhere in some type of media or stuff, but I was saying about that person, it's just this is like if they were to see this and then somebody with them was to see this and stuff, you know, uh it would be like they would think to themselves, as long as it's the right person and stuff, and it would be with them where they would have to be careful of just you know watching this with someone. I guess I don't know. Yeah, I don't know. They have a lot of what do you call it? They are respected. This person is got respect. So you know. So I don't know. Anyways, but it just made me think of a quote. You know. So out of what I was sitting in my bed thinking about when I thought about the person, because it's like all these videos that I've been making, I've been saying a lot of stuff that this person never witnessed or saw, and I know that the person that I'm thinking of would would say an opinion of me where they would say, "Oh, I I'm cool and I'm smart," but they're actually downplaying that, or they're upplaying it. Yeah, they're not downplaying it; they're upplaying it. They're giving me praise, more praise than what they actually think, just to put me in a sense of security. Well, I wouldn't even say a sense of security, even though that's actually is, and it goes in that context of that phrase. But really, I would say more like to put me in a sense of ego that isn't really even true of what they feel deep down inside to a like great extent themselves about me. So it's just like some people. There's a word for it, and I just can't remember the word. Some people will praise you or will. Oh, backhanded compliments. That's what it's called. Backhanded compliments. Some people will give you backhanded compliments, which means is that they will tell you one thing about yourself and say that that they feel a certain way about you, and then it'll be the total opposite deep down inside of of the boiling down to the pure essence of how they feel about you in the inside. So that's what a backhanded compliment. Because I could say you're highly intelligent, and then deep down inside I feel like you're not that smart. So that's what I mean. Like they'll give backhanded compliments, and I hate that shit. I hate people who are like that, and I hate people who, and that person's not the only one, because I've experienced other people in life that were like that. It's like I don't know. I get the hand that I get dealt is the hand of a lot of people that I can't stand. It's, it's like the wackest people that I could ever meet. I get dealt that hand. I get centered and circled around a lot of people who are just don't really benefit for me and just could hurt me more than help me and stuff. And I get dealt that hand a lot. So I got good people in my life, but because you get dealt a certain hand with so many other people more than the good ones, then it's like it destroys the stuff of the good you got in your life. Just like I said with the web of tapestry of Satan. And I never said that in the video, or the web of tapestry of Satan, but I do think and believe that, well, Satan must work in a web of tapestry too, because if God does, then Satan has to too, in order to corrupt and destroy God. It's like a grand web of, I mean, well, that's what I'm saying, but I'm trying to say it in a way where I can detail it. It's like a grand design of this like intricate, almost like the internet web, where it's like it's a web of a grand. If you actually, now I think about it, that might be a good analogy of how to use of like how God works. If you think of like God working almost like the internet, where it's like all these different, like these little tiny things are working for big, huge, grand scheme of, you know, this web and stuff. Is like the web on the internet. It's like all these things are linked and, you know, attached to each other to find sources and blah blah blah, and work and pull you to certain things and links and all that. It's like that with God, and he's like working this grand big web, you know, this too complex for you to grasp in your feeble small little mind. Because it's like, and not feeble small little mind like you're stupid, but your mind is too small and uh too just, what is it called, worldly and earthly, and just like, you know, in a contemporary, you know, thinking on a contemporary scale. When you're talking about something this big and grand on a massive, you know, celestial, basically meaning universal scale, you're trying to think from a earthly realm of a earthly small insignificant scale, to from that scale all the way to something that works in a big universal scale. Do you see what I mean? It's like, how do you think somebody, you in your mind of your small little thinking, could comprehend something so big and so universal? It's sure you're going to see yourself as an interesting thinker because you're asking all these interesting questions, but you're not even close to having any of them figured out. You're just asking questions to stuff that maybe some people don't think of, or maybe some people do think of but just don't have the answers to. But it's like, I thought a lot about a lot of this stuff. It was like, yeah, or you ask a lot of questions about a lot of this stuff. It was like, yeah, but you're just asking questions. It's like, I'm asking math questions, but I don't have any of the answers to any of the math questions that I have. It's just an equation written on a paper, but you're not having one answer to something that's a big math equation. It's just, you know, on a paper that has no answers to all those equations. So it's like, there you go. You're trying to think so big on a scale with your brain that's so small they can't even conceive of 1 + 1 = 2, to a mathematic, you know, question that's as big as E = mc². You know, you're thinking way too, trying to think way too big about something when you can't even conceive the small answers. So it's like, of course you're not going to get it and understand, you know, the understand it things on a global, much less a global scale of a universal celestial scale. You're not going to have that answer. What do you think's going to happen when you're asking questions, you know, to some things, and then you're trying to figure out stuff, you know, one person trying to figure out stuff, you know, to the big mystery of everything. Like, you know, you will never, not even I do with the things I'm saying right now. I don't even, can't even do that, and don't even have that, you know. But it's because it's the point to it. I was saying this to my friend on the phone, and then even my other friend on the internet, is that the point to it all is like, you're not supposed to be doing that. You're not going to, nor are you supposed to have the answers to everything. You're not supposed to. I said this in the best video, is that one look at infinite, oh no, it wasn't the best video, it was another video that was a good video, but it's like, one look at infinite wisdom could drive a man to madness. To know everything like God knows everything would drive you mad and insane because your mind is too small, like I said, and feeble to carry that type of information in your head. Your mind's already going crazy to just know what you know based off of your own personal life, and then just the little things that work around you accordingly to other people's lives. So if you were to work on God's mindset, what do you think the fuck is going to happen? You would want to put a, I'm not going to say that, but on camera, but basically you would go insane in the membrane, and just lose it in less than a day, and just wouldn't even care about anything anymore to try to think that big. And then what are you going to do if you think that big anything anyways? Like, what are you going to do, huh? What are you going to do? You're a human. You are a human being. So you're having God's intelligence in your mind, and yet you don't even know what to do with it. Like, so exactly, like, why would you want that, to know all that stuff? Like, what's the point to it? You're not going to do anything with it. You know it, but you're not going to use it for anything. You're just going to sit around and then just do what you do every day anyways. So it's like, what's the point? It's like, there's no point to it. You're not going to get it out and like do anything to help anybody. So it's like, it doesn't matter. And we're all set in our ways and like have our selfish intents with stuff, or selfish feelings and emotions, and selfish attitudes, and just selfishness in general, where we don't want to do anything that's right. So it's like, what the fuck do you expect? Why are you asking all these questions to all this stuff and everything? And once you get the answer, it's like, what are you going to do with that answer? Like I remember, like, when I was a kid, or like a teenager, or somewhere at some point in life, when I was watching like some Japanese stuff, not anime, but just like other Japanese like content. Like, it could have been like martial arts movies or something. It's like, you ask all these questions, but then when you find the answer to what you seek, what are you going to do with the answer to what you seek? Are you going to do nothing, or are you going to do something with that answer once you seek? And even if you do something, are you going to do the right thing, or are you going to do the wrong thing? Because once you get the answer, it comes down to you to have the choice of what you do with that answer. You could still do the wrong thing once you get that answer. So it's like, what it's what this lady said that came to my house too, and she was just like the people always wanted to say all these things and know all this stuff and everything. And I was saying the same thing before she even said it, and knew all this stuff too before she even said it. And she kind of said it even though I already knew it. And yeah, but anyways, what she said was just, keep it simple, stupid. It's like, you wanna know so damn much and stuff. It's like, why do you know? Sometimes less is more. It's like, why do you always have to have complicate things by trying to have everything all at one time? It's like, just trust in God. That is the purpose of it. You are not supposed to, like, I'm rehashing and or rehashing and what's that other word? Whatever. But anyways, I'm rehashing quite a bit because I'm trying to constantly keep explaining and get to all these through all these thoughts and stuff. Is that you're not supposed to question and know all that stuff. I mean, it's okay to question, but then when you take it so far, or it's like question, 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 question. But it's like National Treasure. It's like when the father said it's pointless, because you're going to get a question, and then you're going to find a clue, and you're going to get another clue, and that clue is going to lead into another clue. You'll get an answer, but then once you get the answer, you'll get another clue, and then once you get another clue, that clue will lead to another clue, and it just goes on like that, and it'll never end. You'll constantly be stuck in this trap, in this loop, where you're just asking all these questions and getting answers, but then you're getting another question after you get that answer because of the answer you got the last time. So it's like, just leave it a be, damn, and just stop asking so many. Stop trying to figure out so much for your small insignificant mind. It's like, just leave it be, like what they taught in that movie with well, I was about to say Cleopatra, not Cleopatra, Robert. I mean, not Robert. What the hell is that woman's name? God damn it, from that '90s movie where she's like, when he closes the jewelry box and she's wearing that red suit and stuff. It's that popular '90s movie. She was a hooker. Shit, I can't remember her name. She's gonna know it. And be like, oh, it's me. If she sees this video, I'm not saying when, but if she sees this video. But yeah, it's just like, you're wondering too much and trying to figure out too much. I mean, maybe we could have a lot of that, because that guy in the video taught in this other video I saw, where it's like, it wasn't saying that Christ will come back, but that Christ's consciousness will come back, and that, he'll all come back into our hearts and in our minds, and that his teachings and stuff and all that stuff. And when he comes back, in that way, then, heaven will be here, and then, then maybe all these, or not, I guess maybe all these answers, or if even not if all these answers, because like I'm saying again, a lot of answers that we have questions to will be answered and revealed to us, but we will never get every little aspect of everything until we are 100% totally, truly, uh, full-fledged with Christ and God, because there's different levels, different levels of heaven, just like there are hell. At least that's what their teachings are in one biblical teaching, that there's different levels of heaven just like there are hell. And I sort of kind of believe in that. Now I'm not pushing up my belief onto you. You could think that there's just heaven and then that's all there is, and then earth. But they do teach that there's different levels of hell, and I do think and believe that, and it makes sense that hell has to be vast in order to keep so many souls there that, were evil, or just, bad people, even if you don't think that there isn't actually truly such thing as evil people, that people who just did bad and were bad people in life, but they weren't pure evil, only demons are. But yeah, so it's like you're doing too much. It's like my friend always says on the internet, it's like you do too much. It's like you're doing too much. Keep it simple, stupid. Ask a few questions, and then once you get the answer, just leave it at that, and just keep it simple, and just pace yourself, and just worry about other things, and just focus on you, your family, your health, and just use God to keep all that stable and stuff. Stop worrying so much about so many things at one time in all these different places, and it's just like you're putting too much pressure on yourself and with everything else, and just like, gosh, jeez. Like they say, keep this. Yeah, I'm doing it again, but yeah, because it's true, it's for real. Like, you can't stress enough, and it just like, with this stuff, it's just like, just be, let it be. Like, that's the movie I'm trying to, I mean, that's not the name of the movie, but that's I forget what this actress name is. I don't know why I can't get her name out my head. It's Julia Roberts. There, I knew it was Robert something, but Julia Roberts. There we go. Julia Roberts. Julia Roberts was in this movie, and she was like in India in the movie. And then there was this one part where this guy, who's a really great actor himself, just like Julia Roberts. A lot of actors are really great actors. They're all great actors at the same rate, but they're just underrated because of the movies that they've done and stuff. I don't underrate not a damn one of them, because they're all just as good at actors as anybody else. They just don't get the work and the material that they could get to be respected as much as they should be respected by other actors, or just people out there in the world who just like watching, media and stuff. They don't get the respect that they deserve. And I think that's why they feel the way that they feel, and why I'm digressing, but I'm not going to lose, because I was talking so much about the other stuff, so I'm not going to lose it. But why they feel the way that they feel, and why that Oscar, I think I just figured it out just now, why that Oscar means so fucking much to them, and why they need that validation, so that they can get the respect and recognition that they deserve, of being such a great and talented, interesting actor who, played all these interesting, because they're trying to bring art to life, and they want to get respected for that. And when they don't get respected for that, they feel like they need that Oscar to get that validation, to get that respect, to gain that respect. But it's like, what you've done, and you got the little people out there that seen what you've done too. So you do have that respect, and you worked with the people that respect you. So why do you need to, like Robert Englund? I bet Robert Englund might have struggled with that sometimes, maybe, because he's played Freddy Krueger so much, and he's just like sick and tired of playing that character so much and everything. But it's like, But we all know he's great because he created one of the most interesting, iconic villains in movie history. But that's not the only thing he wants to do and be respected for. He wants to play other amazing, interesting characters throughout, his career of, being an actor and doing, really cool, interesting people that he could play. He doesn't want it to be focused on and be a typecast actor and be focused on, well, I think it's a character actor. I don't know which one you call it. I think a character actor is, no, it's a typecast actor, I think. Typecast is where it's like they only get that one or like very little few roles that just center around the the same character most of the time. And it's like they're tired of that. And the character actor is where it's like they don't play a multitude of different personality characters, and it's like it's usually typically the same type of similar character in movies of different types of movies. It's not like a variety of different mixed up characters and stuff. I think that's what a character actor is. But it's like, yeah, but you still did great work. You're underrating yourself now. It's like you are a great actor. Like, stop looking for that validation. You got people in the industry. Why do you need millions of? Why do people? I don't understand this thing with this love shit and this like I need attention from the whole damn world. It's like you got your mom, you got your dad, you got the few friends you got your community. Isn't that enough? It's like in that movie Shrek. It's like when Fiona was saying to Shrek, and he was keep being all stubborn and just ungrateful for everything he had, and she was like, Shrek, everybody loves you. Why is that not enough for you? It's like seriously. It's like, but that parallels to life in our lives and who we are and all this stuff and things of everything with everything. Is like, you got love. Why do you need the whole world to be in love with you? Like, what do you want to be, God or something? Like, that's for God, not for you. It's like everybody, I mean, not everybody, but like, I mean, like, you got what you already want. The answer is in the question, lies in the question. It's like, you got what you want. Like, you have love. You keep asking all these questions, like, why doesn't this love or why doesn't that love? But it's like, but you do have that. You just want too much. That's all that is. It's like, you already, the answer lies in the question. It's like, you're already loved, by what you need to, by all the love you can get. And then everything else just comes with God and Jesus. It's like, you do have that. Why do you need the whole damn planet, for that to be satisfied? Is it because, I don't know. I don't want to say stuff about mental things and get too deep into that and shit and everything, but it's like, why isn't what you already got enough for you? It's like, man, it's like in some small weird sort of way, I kind of feel like some things that I have is already enough for me. In some weird small way. Like, I live in this house and it's kind of a crappy house and stuff. If you kind of look around, but it's like I'm still grateful and it's enough for me to the point where I'm not even ready to move out this house yet. Even though I don't want to live in this house forever because it's a crappy house and it is falling apart bit by bit. But at the same time, it's like I don't want to leave it yet because it's like it's the home that I got, and it would stress me more to leave this house and try to go somewhere else than to just take my time with it and then go when the timing is right and get out this house and then go somewhere where I would be happy forever and never want to leave. And that's going to be my home for the rest of my life until I pass on. So it's like, yeah, I'm content already and stuff with the things I have. I got video games, and it's like I like to keep getting video games, but that's because I love video games so much that every time I see another one come out, it's like it's just like, oh my god, mind blowing. It's like I hope I didn't put my thing up to the. I hope I didn't. I don't think I did. I'm about to get close to showing my face anyways, but it's still not time yet. So, but anyways, it's like, oh my gosh, mind blowing. It's like, it's like if you like video games, you're always going to want another video game and stuff. So, I guess that's why some people sell video games after they've beaten it. But it's like you cherish every bit of every little thing that God's given you, so you don't want to let go of some of the things you have. And some people are willing to let go so somebody else can have something that cherishes them. And I did think about that tonight. Is like, I want to give something to somebody else and want them to have a greater than, you know, than some of the things about me, because like I love them so much and everything. So then it's like you think, to go and which I sort of did do before, not really entirely, but I sort of did do before. I've taken some of the games that I had and bought and that were fun as hell to play, and I took them, a lot of them, and sold them. One, to get a game that I wanted, just one game that I wanted out of selling a whole lot of games, that I wanted to make enough money to get just that one game. And then two is so I could have a little bit of money so that somebody else that I care about could have a oops a video, have a gift from me because I love them so much. So it's like what you're willing to give up for somebody else to have, something special, just like the things that you have special in your life that enriched your life. So yeah, so that's different when it comes to something like that. But like anything else, like love and all that stuff, or and then just things like that, or it's just like, I don't want to get too deep into a whole lot of stuff because this isn't supposed to be a super long video, because you know how I am, where like once I get real deep into something, I could talk, and then just like, I could spend above 2 hours or close to 3 hours. I could probably, last like, 4 or 5 hours talking about stuff. Who knows how long I could go on. I can't go on forever ever, because it doesn't matter how much I know or how much I say. It's like if I go on too long, eventually I'm going to get tired and worn down myself because I've been talking so long. So it's like, okay, I'm cutting this video off now because it's way too lengthy, and it's just like I'm sleepy and tired now, or I'm just tired. I've mentally drained myself doing this, so it's like I need to cut it off now. you know. But other than that, yeah, so it's just like, why do you need all that shit? It's like, you got what you got already. Why isn't that enough for you? It's like, what's wrong with you? Is there something about your past and what you get now isn't, it doesn't make it enough for you? I don't know, but it's like for some reason these people need all this validation, and it's like they need the world. It's like, but why isn't what you already have the world to you? So big thinking. So it just makes me wonder, and these are the things that I wondered about my whole entire life from date of birth and stuff, and it's always boggled my mind and made me wonder about a lot of shit. So, and now it's all coming together and spewing out of my mouth, in the ways that, some of it in the ways I've always thought of it, and now it's all coming together and making sense of why some of the things are the way that they are. But yeah, it's just like, leave it alone, bro. It's like, stop trying to get so much out of everything with all these questions. What you're supposed to do, like I said, is just try to figure out what bit you can figure out, and then once you do that, just leave it alone and just worry and focus and just take, step by step, and just, pace yourself with everything. And then after that, you just and then with that, at the same time, just focus and center things with, like, just first you take care of yourself, and also you keep your connection and just worry, or keep your connection and just focus with, like, the Lord, and what you're supposed to be doing, by Him, and just trusting and all that stuff. And then second, you take care of yourself, and that's part of taking care of yourself anyway, so I guess you're kind of still doing that anyhow, so it's still first. And then second, you worry about, your family. And then third, and then you take care of your home and everything, but it's all, again, still taking care of you and yourself. And so then second, you worry about your family, if not the family that you have live with you. So you're already doing that. Part of, you're worrying about your family, because you still got to take care of yourself first, and then what is the big thing that's connected to you taking care of yourself first. So remember to take care of yourself first, because if you're not taking care of, then how can you take care of everything else after that follows after? So yeah, so first you take care of yourself, and then keep your connection with the higher stuff, and so that you'll always have the strength and energy to be able to do that. Then second, you take care of the family, because those are the people that rely on you and that are connected to you, to flourish in life and be happy, and because you love them and all that junk and stuff. And then third, you take care of everything that comes after that, which is, your friends, help out with your community, all that stuff. If that's what you want to, if you want to put like time and invest time and energy into your community. And some people do that a little bit in ways that they don't even realize, so they're already doing that. But just make sure you take care of everything above all before that, so that you'll have the energy to do that thing that you do, whether you do it a little bit and don't even realize, or whether you are doing that and doing it to a great degree and know that you're doing that. But just make sure that the stuff that needs to come before that comes before that, and then everything else that needs to come after that comes after that. you know and and then that's when you trust and keep your faith, and worry about and keep connected, and focus on God. And you just keep your faith. It's a test of faith, man. That's what it's all about. It's a test of faith to see if you'll stay with him, or if you'll be won over by the devil. That's all it is. And you keep your trust and you keep your trust and your faith with him, and with that and stuff, and just rely on him, and just like I say, study, and just try to make sure you stay smart about like how to stay and keep connected, and stay strong and grounded, and just as linked and chained to God and Jesus as a person could be. That's what it's really all about, and that's it. There is nothing else really more to it than that. You're trying to get way too deep into something for somebody who's just a simple person. So yeah, you're trying way too hard. You're trying too hard in something that shouldn't have to be, that you shouldn't have to try so hard, to do. And it's like you're getting ahead of yourself, and that's why you're losing the race, because you're getting way too ahead of yourself, because you're trying so hard before everything else that needs to be worked on what really is important for you to be doing. And I wish I could express and say all these things when I come into contact with people who really have all these questions about all this stuff, especially when they're asking me and stuff and everything, and we're just having fun and talking about this stuff just for the fun of it, but at the same time they're being serious about it at the same time too. And it's like, at certain moments, like I'm not in the right place at the right time where I can express these thoughts, because of either stress, or B, because I don't have that creativity to be able to express these thoughts. And then the spotlight's on me, and the pressure comes down, the stress. And then at the same time, not only that, like which I already said, is the stress, but it's like the creativity. Like I don't have that creativity because I'm in a certain environment at the moment where I can't withdraw or ignite that creativity within myself. But yeah, so that's the only reason why that happens. Like I know all this stuff, and I've known it for a long time, and it's just like I just have trouble with saying these things, because it's just like certain time, place, moment, thought processing, mental state, all that stuff. It's like that's why I don't say it. It's like I already know all that stuff. You know. I remember I was somewhere at one time, and this girl who said she would be my little sister now, which I need to get back in and talk to her, and she's probably already, uh, kicking it at the crib and stuff. But I need to contact with her, and because I was supposed to help her out, because I think there's something that's supposed to happen with her that's good, and I'm supposed to help out with that. That's what I believe, because it did start with me, um not with me like I'm going to try to be in a relation, like no, like me and this chick is just like a brother and sister type thing, but I'm supposed to help her with something else, and I think it could happen through me, but and it kind of already did start that way, and I would smile every time I would see it happen and everything, but so I just got to help out with that a little bit, or just see that happen, help to see that happen. And it could happen. I just gotta, yeah, start talking to her again. But I've been caught up in some stuff, so. But, but yeah, anyways. So, I just wanted to say that, and then, just. I digressed again and kind of lost my thought. Not with the big stuff, but oh yeah, I was saying that she was asking me all these things and stuff when we were meeting and talking and sitting down, chilling and hanging out and stuff. And I couldn't really. She was like, "I know that," and she was like, "I read the Bible and stuff and everything," and I was like, well, I mean, then she was asking another question, but then what? But I was like, oh my god! And then I couldn't get it for her and stuff and everything, you know. And I'm not saying I know everything, because some things she was asking, you know, I sort of knew, but then at the same time I didn't knew, and then there was other things she was asking that I had no intimate knowledge of at all, you know. So, but it's like, but I do understand it's like she's asking so much, you know, when she's not. It's like she's worrying herself with too much. It's just like, you know, it's okay to ask questions, but then it's like everything what I just said before the time that reached the time now in this video. It's like, stop pressuring yourself to know so much and getting so ahead of yourself and asking all these questions. Just trust and believe in God and know that it's all right. It will be all right, and it's for the good of how things are supposed to flow and, you know, function and, you know, move and and constructually, you know, just keep uh, working and just functioning in this world that we live in. That's what I was looking to say too. You know, just trust that. You know, some of it, especially the one things when it's really bad, but that's always when it's Satan and the devil. So it's just like, you know, I get deep into philosophical philosophy stuff. So even if I don't understand everything about texts in the Bible, it's like I say enough because I know enough about philosophical philosophy stuff to be able to express these things in a really deep detail without knowing everything. Um, you know, my friend said that one time. He was like, "Oh yeah, I'm really good at talking, really great about things that I know nothing about." And it's just like, damn, I never thought of it like that. I'm like, this guy is smart. I'm like, that actually made sense with catering to his personality and his intelligence. He's like, I'm really good at talking, you know, about stuff that I know absolutely nothing about. So it's like that's almost fits with me in some sort of way, you know. Even though I do know quite a bit about, different, pieces of information, you know. So it doesn't entirely apply to me. He's saying that like he knows nothing about this except, like on a scale from one to like a big number, and he only knows like a 5% of it, and yet he's really good at still talking really well about it, even though he knows nothing about it. If you can understand what I mean. It's like it sounds like it makes no sense to you, but it actually does make sense. You're just not grasping it. Like I said, with like just like with that universal stuff and those big, you know, hard to conceive thoughts. you know. So yeah. So there you go. Anyways, I think this video is over. Oh wait, no, it's not over because there's still one more statement. I digressed from the true reason why I started making this video. But yeah, just keep it simple and just trust in God and Jesus and stop, focusing so much on so, so much big stuff. It's like you got a destiny. How are you going to fulfill your destiny when you're worried about what's going to happen in a billion years from now? It's like, the fuck? You're supposed to focus on like right now and this point in time and what you're supposed to be doing with your life, and you're worried about what's going to happen billions of years from now. It's like, the hell? It's like, of course your life is. It's like, of course your life is screwed up, and and is. I don't want to make you feel shitty about yourself and like you're a fuck up because I fucked up before too. But like we all do. But it's like, of course your life is where it is now because you're worried about something that's going to happen like a long, long time from now, and you're supposed to focus on the now and what you're supposed to do with your fate and destiny. You're supposed to be a hairdresser. You're supposed to be a clinician. You're supposed to be an actor. You're supposed to be a musician. You're supposed to be a teacher, a great teacher that will inspire many students to become great things in their lives. You're supposed to be a great fighter. You're supposed to be all these different things you're supposed to focus on of you and your destiny and what you're supposed to be in life. And you're worried about something about why, you know, I don't know, like, things with like uh, factories, uh, blown up from, you know, I don't know, somewhere, and then that you know did I don't know how that part I'm struggling a little bit to put into words because I'm thinking really big and I'm always doing that a lot, and sometimes not even my mind can find a way to put it into words, because I'm thinking so big to put things into perspective to people who can't understand and conceive these things that they're asking, you know like fragmented questions of a grand picture, so yeah. And so yeah, but yeah, it's like you're worried about like I guess this is a good example. It's like you're worried about a volcano that will blow up, because it's the 10,000 years. It's no, not 10,000 years, 100,000 years that it's been inactive, and then so it could blow up. But it's like that scares me, and it's a scary thought. But I push that out of my mind, so I'm not thinking about that. Because if that's the truth, then it's like, well, what the point? The fuck is the point of worrying about it? It's like it could happen right now at this second. Like, what's the point? But you still live your life and do what you do. Just push it out of your mind and don't think about it. And if you trust in God and Jesus, they'll work their magic to keep that from happening. Because it could happen at any second. Their power is infinite. They could keep that from happening if they really want to. They could do whatever they want. So it's just like trust in that. And also, or then you're worried about like the freaking I'm thinking on it's way too big of grand scales, bro. And it's freaking me out, and for 1 second I was just getting stressed because I'm trying to think of like how to put it and put it into perspective with an analogy of like, oh, you're worried way too much about way too much stuff and everything. There's something that's going to happen that one, it's out of your control, and then two, it's like it's something that just is like it happened, and it's like it's something big, but it's like you're not supposed to worry about that. It's like, oh, it's sad and you feel the way you do, and then once you feel that way, it's like, yeah, but then you just have to accept it for what it is, and then just move on and just be like, well, I hope everything's going to be all right, and that's all you can do. You don't like go out and start drinking and like intoxicating yourself because of something that happened over in another country somewhere, that was out of your control, and then it had somewhat of an effect, but then there's nothing you can do about it. It's just like, and now you're out drinking and miserable and stuff. It's like you impact and let stuff affect you too much to the point where it's like now your life is fucked up. It's like just leave it alone and just leave your life healthy and happy despite what happens, and trust in God and just know that it'll be all right and things will get worked out. You're not God, so there's nothing you can do about that. Just trust and believe in the very thing that is trying to take care of that. So, yeah. Do I need to go on about this stuff? Because sometimes I don't feel like doing it and like for people to get the picture. Will people ever really get the picture? It's like, God, it's like George Romero said in a documentary that I absolutely fucking love, you know, with every fiber of my heart. And it was a documentary about horror movies. And these people that make all this content and stuff, they're always trying to say something in the media of the content that they're saying. But it's just like when they do it, nobody ever gets it when they do that shit. And when they do that shit, George Romero was depressed and is like depressed a lot of times because he puts all this stuff into all these contents, and then it's like nobody gets it. They're just sitting around eating popcorn and just watching a movie and just being entertained out of people getting fucking slaughtered like fucking pigs and stuff. But it's like they're not just doing it just for that. They do it for that too, but they're doing it because they want to say something in the work that they do, so that you guys can analyze that or observe it and then analyze it and then learn from it. And then that never happens like a large percent of the time. It's just like people just go to the movies just to be entertained, not to gain anything else from it other than just to have a good time. And it kind of pisses them off sometimes that that's the way things play out, and they don't gain anything else from it other than a good time and stuff. So, and that's why he was saying in that documentary, of the horror documentary, which is, like I said, it's called Red, White, and something. I can't remember the last part. The American Night. I think it's called The American Nightmare, Red, White, and Blue. That's the name of the documentary. Go watch it, man. You'll love it. If you like watching documentaries and if you like horror movies, it'll be a good time for you. For some of you, not all of you, because not everybody's gonna like the same thing. And I have seen people in comment section when I watched that movie myself in different places that I watched it for the first time, or I mean millions of times, say, "Oh, I can't believe people like the American Nightmare, Red, White, and Blue." I'm like, why wouldn't they like that shit? The fuck's wrong with you? It's like shit. That was an amazing horror documentary. Like for real, I enjoyed the shit out of it. I get bored with it sometimes because I watched it so many fucking times over. But and I'm always looking for new content, to fuel and to stimulate my brain. But other than that, it's like I would fucking love the shit out of that documentary. I wish every time when I watch it, it's like I'm watching it for the first time again because it just affected me that much. But yeah, point being is George A. Romero he got stressed or has been stressed before throughout his career because of stuff like that, and before he died, because now he's dead. But I'm pretty sure, yeah, he's dead. I'm pretty sure he's not alive no more. But was stressed about stuff like that, and in that documentary, he made this statement. This was quote unquote what he said. He made that statement. He was like, "What does it take?" He was like, "What does it take?" He was like, "Nothing gets them." He was like, "Whoa, God, what does it take?" He was like, "Oh, what does it take to kick people in the ass and make them wake up?" And it seems like no matter how hard everyone tries, and no matter how much somebody does, not even me, because of what I'm doing right now, it's just like nothing gets them. Nothing. What does it take to get them? It's like people just constantly. It's like more, more, more. Never. What you do is never enough. It's like, whoa, what does it take to kick people in the ass and make them just, no matter how all these people who've lived and died for all these causes and said all these interesting, great things, it's like nothing takes, it's never enough to make people just wake up. Anyways, that would have been a good way to close out the video, but I'm still not finished. So, yeah, I'm still not finished, because I didn't make the point of why I really started this video. But I cannot wait to fucking upload this and just see where it goes once, this is uploaded. I'm gonna watch it myself before anybody else does. But yeah. So it's just like that would have been a good note to end this video on. But I'm happy with the way it goes. Anyhow, the reason why I was saying this is just like why that person that I was thinking of earlier on in the video is just like they're saying, oh, why? It's like I don't understand this. This just doesn't make any sense. It's like, why did I never see this side of this guy before? Like when all those times that I was around him and we talked and stuff. It's like I said things to him, but it's like I never really meant it on that level, and just I never really felt it, and just I was kind of bull BSing him, and just it's like I don't get it. Why didn't I never see this with him before and stuff and everything? And it's just like, I was really, just like I said, just saying that just to boost his ego and yada, yada, yada. I don't want to think too hard anymore about this. And then I just realized a thought came to me that would be a good quote. And, that somebody, if they would have saw this with him, a good quote that the person next to him would have said, he was like, you do realize and know that he could have just been downplaying his intelligence heavily because he didn't trust you. He didn't trust you enough to show that side of him because you always kept lying to him about stuff. And the quote that makes it simple to go to say that is that he didn't, which could be, is in media, in a lot of media, because I remember, like what I said, the Japanese entertainment and stuff that I watched and everything, talks about stuff like this in other medias and like, not folklore, but like literature and stuff like that, and yeah, all that mumbo jumbo. But yeah, talks and says stuff like this is like he didn't reveal the truth to you because you weren't willing to reveal the truth to him while you were trying to get the truth from him. He didn't reveal the truth to you because you weren't willing to be truthful with him. So there you go. That's the simple way to put it. It almost sounds like a religious biblical text. Actually, it is, because there is, even though it's not. I just made that up out of nowhere right now. But It isn't biblical, actually. I forgot because I was just thinking that when I was in the bed before I started making this video. It isn't biblical text somewhere because it's like my life is a testament to all this stuff and everything, because it talks about that stuff in the Bible already before, all this stuff that I'm doing now before I even came along. Is that I forget what story it was, but it was like somebody, they didn't get the truth or something. I don't know. I can't remember it right now. But they didn't get the truth because they were untruthful or unfaithful or something like that. I don't remember, but yeah, that they were like that themselves. So it's like that's why they never got what they were looking for, you know, or never saw what they were looking for too. So there you go. That's why. But anyways, aside from that, because I'm like pretty much done now, and this video is about to get cut off. But aside from that, is that I hope I don't lose the thought. Um, aside from that, is that come on, I want to say this last thing before the video gets cut off. Is I said that he probably is thinking and saying, why did I never see this side of him or never see this before? And then it arose another thought is, and then I said the biblical, it is in biblical text and stuff and everything. And there was another video I was going to make, but it was really short to just say something about something else, and I don't remember that either. And I thought it'd be nice if I just got that in this video right now before I cut it off too. But forget it now with that, and I might have to forget the thought that I had in my head a moment ago too. And just leave it be and not just go ahead and cut off this video and then just add that in with the other thing later on. Now see, that does make me a little upset because I want this video to end off on a really good note, to end it that makes you just feel a warmth and an amazing glow of inspiration inside to get up today and to go out there and go do something great, today. Even if tomorrow's going to be bad or some of today's going to be bad, you get out and go do something great. Or you go out and do something great and the whole day's great, and even though you don't know what's going to lie beyond the horizon for tomorrow. And if, because tomorrow could be a bad day, but this will give you strength to just get up and, for today. I don't remember. I wanted to end off on that quote. Well, that was good enough right there, but alright, I'm just going to have to leave it alone. Like I said, with my own shit, just leave it alone and just put it in another video. But that did just kind of bother me just now. But I'm just going to leave it alone and just be happy with what I got and did. Alright? There was a distraction that happened a second ago because I could hear something going on around me. And that distracted me and pulled and cut that thought out my head and stuff. So that's why I lost it. I have to have sometimes almost total silence to stay in this zone that I'm in when I'm doing all this stuff. So, but yeah, I lost it now, so just fuck it, just let it be. Alright, this is GHG out. Peace, and hope this video did a lot for you. Bye.